Hi guys, welcome back. Thank you for following me along on this journey. I actually just recently rewatched my last video and I just came back from college and I actually just ate those cracked tomatoes that I showed you in the last video from having too much rain. It was so delicious. Just put some Himalayan pink salt on it. So sweet, so juicy. Can't explain it. So good. So as I mentioned before, the season is running short. It actually kind of stayed in the 60s for the past couple of days, and I was worried that I had to cut all these guys down and maybe fry them or can them or do some kind of relish with them. I'm not sure. I'll need to Pinterest that idea later. But today it's been up almost in the 90s, so I'm giving these guys a few more weeks to ripen up. They are doing so good. After I topped my tomato here, it has produced so many shoots, so many flowers, so many blooms, and since I haven't been pruning much, the other tomatoes have also produced suckers, and they are also flowering. We have some really big suckers, so first one I want to show you is this one. Look at that, so healthy. And it's flowering. So good, so healthy. This is the branch that I tied down because it was breaking underneath the weight of the tomatoes, and the tomatoes are still doing so good. Look at that. That little crab right here is still transporting nutrients all the way up to these tomatoes, and even sending more juices to make this top flower here. It's incredible. Then we have this prolific tomato. This tomato also has really great shoots. So we got this sucker. Look at that. This whole thing right here is a whole own sucker. The flowers are already drying up, meaning that they probably can produce some tomatoes before frost comes. Then we have this sucker over here. Goes right here. Another set of blooms. And as you can see, the tomatoes are still ripening, still going at it, still looking great and delicious. This is a tomato that I actually topped. So we can see that we have a shoot right here and then a sucker right here. So shoots and suckers are the same things. So a sucker right here, and then we have a really big one over here, and it already flowered, and the flowers are already drying up. And we have a big branch of tomatoes over here as well. So this is really exciting. Curious to see what will happen because I've waited for these tomatoes for a long time and they're finally doing well, and it's at the end of the season. Well, I go to college for an optometry degree and I just started, and it's a professional degree, meaning that supposedly adults go into the school and get this degree. But once I got in, and honestly kind of felt like an outsider because a lot of people were still into that partying, getting drunk kind of scene, and I thought that that was behind us. I guess not. And instantly after that I kind of felt like an outsider because that's just not my scene. That's not where I'm comfortable. That's not what I look for. I look for deep connections, just hobbies that don't involve getting drunk and doing stupid stuff that can connect me to people around me. So I kind of felt down right after I started school. It was exciting to learn. The school part itself is so exciting. I'm fascinated by how much our eye does for our body and how much we can tell about our body just by looking into the eye. It's outrageous, and I'm only third week in. Just mind-blowing. I am loving it. Just one thing that I wanted to kind of vent out to people that are listening is that there are people out there that you won't connect to, and that's okay. That's not your fault. That's not their fault. It's just something different. And as a human nature, I think we want to look for something that is similar to us so we can connect to it, just because we're social creatures. We were created in the Garden of Eden to have conversations with God. So I think that's something innate in us, to kind of find connections, to reach out, to form those bridges. And that's exactly how I was feeling. But on the other hand, feeling kind of left out and guilty almost for not fitting in. And then yesterday I ran into the girl who felt exactly the same way. She's also into gardening in my program, also loves the Lord. It was just the most amazing conversation we had. Just everything just clicked. I'm like, okay, I'm not alone. This is gonna be good. I can take this now. So I just want to let you know that even if you haven't found that one person, don't change just because people around you are doing something that you don't feel comfortable with. Don't just do it because of that peer pressure. Just be yourself. Nobody is so excited about tomatoes like I am, and now I found a person that is as much excited for the tomatoes, cucumbers, gardening as much as I am. And I am ecstatic. I mean, it's been years since I found a person that is that excited about tomatoes. My schoolwork is super overwhelming, especially since I sit in class from 8 to 5, trying to absorb all the information. But when I come home, I look at these tomatoes, check them out, smell the air, just look how these guys are growing, proliferating, and they're tomatoes. And God's taking care of them. He'll take care of me. I'm more important than tomatoes, I think. And I will be okay. And this is a great reminder to me that everything will be okay. Just breathe. I also happen to have 3 cats. One of them is a girl, and I think we've developed some kind of routine that when I go stand by the door to go outside, this girl right here wants to come out and follow me too. So for the past 2 months, Chloe and I have been checking on tomatoes together. So now I have a friend that can't say no to me to checking on tomatoes. Thank you guys so much for following my journey, listening to my rants, keeping up the positive vibe in the comments and likes. I'll see you next time.